Hey guys, Ramblin' Man Moto here, coming with you with a quick video so you can learn from my mistake. So, some of you may know I have been experimenting with different seat solutions on this, my Indian Springfield. And to take the seat off of the Indian Springfield involves removing the two side covers, removing the seat bolts, removing the rear seat rear bolt on the bike. Okay, and I've been doing this quite a number of times on and off with this process. Well, the last time I went to do it, which was just a few days ago, I heard a snap, and I pretty much knew what had happened. The seat cover, the side cover rather, has three little prongs on it, and I'm going to show them to you right now. All right, so here's the side cover. You know, normally it would sit here on the bike, and I heard snap, and the one that snapped was stuck inside here, and I pulled it out. You know, these are what I'm talking about, these little prongs that go into these rubber grommets, I guess you'd call them, right? Well, this snapped, and we had some, I don't know what it was, Gorilla Glue or something, and it's been sitting for like, it didn't need to sit this long, I just haven't gotten back to it for a couple of days. And you know, if I move my thumb on it, it feels really solid, and I'm surprised. But in the meantime, I had posted a question on my Indian discussion forums asking if anyone had ever experienced this. Did it hold with glue? This bike is under warranty. Would Indian replace this under warranty? And as sometimes happens, the first response was, you should check with the dealer, or you should check with Indian. Really appreciate that feedback. It never occurred to me to check with them. The reason I did not run straight to the dealer was because, one, I was genuinely interested if people had had this happen and had solutions. But also, my closest dealer is an hour-and-a-half round trip. And I'm not had the best experience with that dealer. In fact, my last experience, not counting when I went up there to get a t-shirt recently using a little gift card, was they claimed something was wrong on the bike that should be covered under warranty, and they were going to submit a warranty repair. I followed up 3 times by email and phone, and each time, we haven't heard back from Indian yet. So finally, I decided to call Indian, who told me no repair for warranty had ever been submitted to them by that dealership, or on my bike at all. And when I took that up with the dealership, I got one voicemail, and then they ignored my follow-ups. So I've just had it with them. So the next closest dealership is going to be probably a 3-hour round trip. And so what I did was I put glue on this thing. Like I said, it was some sort of super glue that we had. And a few people ended up responding helpfully on that thread that I started. And people said, yep, been there, done that. That's happened to me. And the consensus was kind of from those folks were that, one, they use silicone lubricant that they put on the prongs and inside the rubber grommets to keep it where it's easy to remove. I didn't do that. So, and this is one of those things, I know it sounds lame when I say this, but it's not in the owner's manual, right? Like if you go and look about, you know, how to remove the seat covers and reinstall, it's remove the side cover, reinstall side cover. And, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. So that's what I did. Now, I did always try to pull them, you know, straight out evenly. But what ends up happening is you almost end up doing a left-right sort of thing. But, you know, I try to pull them evenly, but it just snapped. So I did have some silicone lubricant that I'm going to put on there going forward. And Well, I guess that was it. That was it on this issue. That sorry, no, that was not it. Scratch that. That was not it. The silicone lubricant. And on the broken prong, there were everyone pretty much said super glue is not going to work. And I agree that while it's probably sitting here and feels kind of firm, as soon as I put it in the rubber grommet and pull it back out, it's probably going to break. So there were two approaches, three approaches. Sorry, I'm thinking to myself about this. Maybe two approaches. Sorry, there's three. One was using an epoxy mixture, and people gave me, I guess JB Weld or something was kind of everyone's least priority. I guess they didn't consider that one good enough. And there were other brands of using an epoxy that would be much stronger to hold it, like a welding plastic sort of thing. The second one was, they said, mixing it with baking soda or cigarette ash. And one of the guys sent a really helpful YouTube video that was basically a guy working on something else, not a motorcycle, but he put super glue and then coated it with like baking soda and blew into it, and it strengthens it as a bonding agent. The third guy said, screw that, nothing's going to hold forever, so you only need 2 prongs. And he was saying something about, tie a string through the third one and secure it to the bike. I'm not exactly sure how I would even get to do that, and it's not really my preferred method, so I probably won't even try that. I'm sure there's a way to get in there, maybe from the backside. I don't know, with the seat off. I know you put this on after the seat is back on, so I don't know. I'm not even going to try that. I didn't even look into that. I did buy the silicone lubricant, and I also bought an epoxy kit, so if this thing breaks, I'll try that again. And would you believe, I'm going to turn the camera around. What do you think this part cost if you wanted to replace it? This little side cover. I haven't looked to see if there's any aftermarket versions versus Indian. This little side cover, black plastic. $489. Do you have a lot of better uses for $489 than buying that again? I know I do. So I'm going to get by on 2 prongs if it breaks, or use one of these cheaper methods. I'm hoping Indian. One of the guys that responded in my forum said, look, this side cover is designed for a purpose, a function, and it's designed to be removed and reinstalled, and it shouldn't break. And I would go to Indian and say this is a design flaw and hope that they cover it under warranty. That's what I'm hoping. The dealership that's closest to me, I don't feel in any way would go to bat for me on that. I've heard good things about the next further Indian dealership. And the one that I bought my first Indian from was really cool to deal with. And I've only spoken to their service department by phone one time, but I may go through one of those other dealers if I don't get a good response locally from Indian. So, or directly from Indian, I mean. So anyhow, that's it. I learned from my mistake on that. The other thing that came up while I was working on this bike was this here. This seat bolt has been, I guess you'd say it's cross-threaded. I can't get the bolt back into that hole. The guy that helps me with this stuff has helped me with a seat before, and I think he did like a thread chaser. I know that I could probably figure out how to do this on my own, using YouTube videos or something, but I may just ask him to give me a quick hand with that again. I think it's headed toward kind of a, how do you pronounce it, helicoil. From what I found, other threads that people said online, that they put ball grease on these bolts and do it by hand rather than screw it in with tools, because it's so easy. I guess they're saying that maybe these are aluminum rather than stainless steel, and that's part of the problem. And also, the bike is at an angle when it's parked, and so you're going at it from, you should be going at it from a not a straight perspective, but an angle, and I just can't get it in there. And I did read some people in forums said that they just quit using the side seat bolts and didn't think it was that necessary. They just used the rear one. I don't know. But I haven't been on the bike, and I plan to put this back together. It's only like 44 degrees outside right now today, but I may go for a quick ride. That's it. Learn from my mistakes. See you on the road.